play.
Focus, I'm focused.
From Optic.
We must focus.
14-6, Ghost versus LiQUID. Both teams on a bye, but back into this one. Both teams on a bye, and it's match point for Optic. They've got everything to lose. And Renegades with overtime to gain. Renegades. Oh yes.
You must stop this immediately.
They could do gym videos and call them Renegades.
/ Beat Invitational. My name is Mont. I'm here for Moon Nook TV. And you know what? It's incredible. We have a great game of Dota 2 right now. And we've Earth Spirit combination last game was absolutely dominant. You know, it's a bit of a different game though for right now for Complexity, as you have the Aphotic Shield. Seems very good in terms of locking this Bat Rider down with Frostbite and slowing him down as well. So also some very important bans too. Complexity will ban up the Quad as well as the OD. Try to give a better matchup over to Firo. They also ban out the Ember Spirit for Infamous because Firo, pretty good Ember Spirit player himself. So I feel like the microcosm of this game is the mid lane. More interestingly, I'm wondering what they're going to grab for Mu in the safe lane, or if they're going to do in the bad and safe lane for Mu as they've done previously. And then give Swindles another off lane type hero. Tusk is also still available for Z-Freak. It didn't really work out from last game, but first game he absolutely owned with it. But there are other heroes that are available for him as a 4-position roamer. Nowhere with Spirit, of course. But already through to the second pick phase, and we still have plenty of reserve time left. Wow. Nick's going to be picked up, maybe the 4-position support role. However, they could play him in the off lane for Swindles and then have a bad and go for the safe lane. And again, I talked about this. Mu has played a bad in the safe lane before, previously, so there's a chance it could be off lane, but I think 4-position support's pretty good. Now the question is, do they want to do something like a Lifestealer? As they have the Nyx Assassins, kind of a Vendetta Bomb is pretty good.
5 seconds remaining.
Not bad against Bat Rider. But Infamous have the choice now. So, man. And by the way, if you haven't seen these games, they have been quick. We saw a 20-minute GG coming in from Infamous after they got wrecked by a push strat from Complexity in Game 1, including a Viper and a Treant, or a Nature's Prophet, excuse me. And then in Game 2, Infamous, they just rolled out of control. They had a kill early on in Furo, and then they had a couple good fights, so they split up the map. They were able to really never take a 5-on-5 team fight, which is where Tide thrives with Ravage. That really didn't happen. He didn't really use his mech too much either, so
5 seconds remaining.
kind of a tough Tide game, but it was a 24-minute GG that time from Complexity. The Rubik will come again, and it's so far the same draft for Infamous, but this time there will be no Quap. It is not available, but we can still see some more heroes getting picked up here for Infamous, including that Sven if they want to go down that road again. For Complexity, we'll see what they grab. We're going to figure out whether or not this is going to be off lane with a safe lane and Baden. There's a good chance this is the 1-position role for Complexity being picked up right now. As to what's available and what they want, depends. Moose played a wide variety of heroes. He played Weaver last game. Pretty tough game. Had to pick up the Midas just so they could maybe try to secure the late game, and they still couldn't do much with it. Then the Orchid came up for the Quap and owned him, so it wasn't fun. I do imagine this will be a Moo hero.
Connor has the angle. Finding a quick one for JDM. That's a good start here for Ghost. grenades in response. Now Ghost can just wait. They can wait for the grenades to go. They can wait for more utility to be used by LiQUID. And potentially even try to clear some of A. There's so much time right now. There's such a great timing to get a pick. But Ghost can opt to do. They've been making some noise. They're jumping around. Oh, Legion trouble. Nice Molotov. And now it's a 5 versus 3. This is such a strong advantage. All they have to do is just play the numbers game now. Just play correctly together with coordination, and they should be able to close the round down.
Got a pop flash, but Twist is not going to commit too deep. 45 seconds. Ghost, they're all here. They're not going for a split towards drop, it seems. Flashbangs on the high ground, and more will be deployed. Twist blind for the time being. There's a Molotov onto Neptune. Might be useful to put it on these stairs, and no one is taking this at all. Could have got more than one, but it is just the one, leaving Stanislaw alone in the connector area versus 3. Seems he's going to go for it. See if he can find himself any edges, and he's not going to be able to do that or escape. Almost around the corner, but not quite. Match point Ghost.
Cobblestone is in Germany, right?
It's Chateau, so it's most likely France. I think there are some signs around, but I don't know what language they're in. But I don't think Germany's known for chateaus.
Germany's got castles as well.
Yeah, but isn't it called a chateau? I'm pretty sure it's referred to as a chateau.
Well,
somewhere.
isn't chateau just castle in French? No?
There might be, but it's a French word, isn't it? Which would suggest France.
Yeah, but
Chateau is, but castle isn't.
No, but it's called a chateau.
But where?
Somewhere. It's called a chateau.
In France.
this is really confusing because
You're a player.
this is highly confusing.
I'm telling you, it's called. It's
Does it
referred
say
to.
Castles in France are called chateaus. Castles in Germany are called castles.
And in the game, it is referred to as a chateau. Although this danger sign did not look French. So, you know, that's inconsistencies. The developers are causing us problems. That's a nice shot from Stanislaw, but there's an A-long push from Ghost. They're at match point. They are a man down and not checking the angle.
Oh dear.
The pressure must be on for Ghost. The money's broken for now. They've won one, lost one. LiQUID are not so far behind. Ghosts have come close on a number of occasions to winning a game in ECS, but they have failed to do so. So you do wonder if they're starting those beads of sweat are starting to roll down their foreheads. End construction. What the hell language is that? On construction. It's French. Look, it's French. I'm pretty sure it's French.
Oh, we got the drop into drop zone. Well, Tech 9s, and they're going to run into all the rifles. And you can see here that LiQUID have positions to effectively deal with this. So they, perhaps you would want to try to be a bit more surprising there, or just credits LiQUID's preparedness to what they could expect. They knew that Air Force buy was likely, after tracking the economy of Ghost. Tech 9s are likely. The drop play is very strong. And piling out a connector is a really good option as well. So they had all the angles covered. 11 rounds for LiQUID now as they try to close this down against Ghost on Cobblestone. The other map in this series is actually Mirage. Obviously, we never got the chance to do a pre-game, so we didn't get to cover that.
I know the Portaloos, they say Portapui on them. So if this is a German map, it's referred to with the French term, and it has English-speaking toilets. English language
A
toilets.
historical museum and tourist attraction somewhere in France.
There we go. But it's got the Portapuis are imported from
Although
Dover.
the original said that it's Lord William's country farmhouse.
Well, maybe that explains the Portapuis. Maybe he imported the Portapuis from sunny England to sunny France. That's my theory, anyway.
Well, isn't it? He said a historical It's like for okay, hang on, we'll get back to that later. We have a buy around here because there's something he said which has made it make it much more sense than the fact that you import Portuguese. I don't know. This is a very weird discussion. Why has it come to this? Why has it come to this? Moving on though, Wardell is looking for the pick here. Obviously, an incredibly crucial round for Ghost. Their money is not going to be in a good place. They lose this and they'll lose grip potentially, and they don't want to have a repeat of SK on Cobblestone where they managed to get to this point and then they couldn't close.
And then they capitulated.
They could not close, and that would be heartbreaking once again. So what's the plan here? We've got LiQUID in a spot where they're just playing passively at the moment.
Well, they were just aggressively peeking Plateau, and they shot Wardell through the box.